We are long past the point of hope. With each day, we become more desperate. And we're forced to make unspeakable choices. Just to stay alive. Now, there's no turning back. We have to work together and survive long enough to escape this city. No matter what it takes.
I'm Sarah Dobie. I'm a senior programmer at PikPok. I'm on a project called Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. It's a survival horror zombie game. I've been on that project for about 3 years now. So I've touched lots of different parts of the code base. In particular, I've had a focus on zombie behaviour, and that's all done with behaviour trees and state machines. So I make the tools for that, and I help design to set up those behaviours to get the results that they're after. The zombies in Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days are supposed to feel quite human, got the kind of lowest level where they're sensing things, they're hearing and seeing and being punched by the player, and then they take that information and process it and organise it, and they use that to then make decisions and act, and that's what the player sees, where they, punch you back.
I'm Xiaolu Wu. I am an environment artist for Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days. So the thing I like the most about my job and brings me the most satisfaction is definitely creating a very good-looking environment that's not only visually pleasing, but also has a lot of hints for stories and has a lot of opportunities in there for the player to kind of discover what has happened in this place.
My name is Celia. I'm a market researcher at PikPok. I'm helping game teams understand who their target audience is. With normal user experience design, you're trying to make a smooth experience as possible, but with game design, obviously, you're trying to develop problems for people to solve. What we found when we did the market research for Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, was they really cared about having consequences for their actions. That was a theme that came up again and again when we talked to those people that played survival type titles.
I think I always hoped to work in games. I don't think I always realised that it was a possibility.
But yeah, I guess I never pictured or thought of myself as being able to work in the industry. It never looked like a place I could go.
I definitely feel like there's a need for more women artists to be out there working across different genre of games and different themes of games.
I like to think that just being a senior woman programmer can make more junior women programmers just feel more comfortable and like they belong. I really hope that Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days will do fabulously, and I'm sure it will. That will just feel amazing to know that I was there from the prototyping phase, building it up, making it beautiful, and then be there when it takes its first steps into the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is probably the best way that I can showcase Into the Dead for you. Getting you excited about the game, giving you some trailers that they released on their social medias. Now, the one question that I think most survival game players have when they see a game that gets them excited is this a money grab? Is this just the next money grab? Are they going to deliver on their promises? Does this game have a future? What do we know about the developers? Because as you guys know, we are in a time where a lot of projects start and they never end. So if you guys are excited about this game, just like me, I'm very happy to tell you that this team, PikPok Games, is very, very secure because they literally made Into the Dead 1 and Into the Dead 2 that I played on cell phone years and years ago, probably 10 years ago or something like that. And I'm sure a lot of you played Into the Dead and Into the Dead 2 on cell phone, because when I look at the cell phone games that I had the most fun playing, it's probably Fallout Shelter and Into the Dead. 2 games that I really, really remember on cell phone. So are they financially secure? Yes. Have they made and completed really good games? Yes, they have. And they've even got a virtual reality horse racing game. So are they secure? Yes. You can get excited about this. You can add it to your wish list. You don't have to worry about a cash grab. Now, this trailer, again, PikPok Games, I want to show you guys a few things that I won't be able to show you in the demo. Just to let you understand that a lot of new areas have already been made. They've played around with different systems in the game, but you're going to see that they're changing things constantly. They're improving on the zombies, they're improving the locations. The other woman is improving the feeling and how every location is telling you a story. They're getting feedback from testers where they're improving the overall feel of the gameplay. There you can see people resting, there you can see new areas, you can see how hectically dangerous it can become. And then, I'm sure they're going to give us very, very nice cutscenes in the game as well next year. But just if you look at that piece, you'll see that a lot of new things are coming. Okay, this is basically their team that just showcased the game in one of the locations. And like I say, they look fun, does look like they take themselves too seriously. It's a very well balanced team, with women and men. And then if you are like Luth, I feel the game is too loot and kill and nothing else. Here is an example of missions that they're going to give you in the game. Okay. So now that I've set your mind at ease that they are secure and there's a lot to look forward to, why listen to me? Okay. Now, I'm a YouTuber that does survival games. I love figuring things out, and I love helping people. I like giving people a head start or just helping them out with time that they might not have. I've played this game for 34 hours. So I've done the demo a lot, finished the game. And I think I was the first person to clear, or at least attempt to clear, the police station with a pistol, okay? Which I did a week after the game came out. So that's my background, okay? And why I can help you. So let's do this. So, without wasting any more of your time, welcome to the ultimate guide for Into the Dead, Our Darkest Days, Part 1.
People of Walton, this is your mayor, John Ward. Now, I want to take a moment to thank y'all for your patience and resolve in these most challenging times. It's that Southern spirit, it's that Texas grit that gives me full confidence that we'll not only get through this crisis, but come out stronger on the other side. And I only wish I could be here to see it, huh? However, folks, I regret to announce that today I'll be moving my office to a secure spot outside the city limits. Now, no need to go assuming the worst. All right. This move is strictly to facilitate better coordination with our boys in uniform, who are at this very moment putting together a surefire plan to retake our city and eradicate the... Huh? Let's get wait. They're where? Excuse me. So just hold tight, secure your homes, and I assure you, hello, the tide will turn. God bless you. God bless you.
I'm not sure if anyone out there is still listening to this trash, but if you are, know this. Nobody is coming to help you. There's no plan. Look, what they did, it's wrong. It's all wrong. We are trapped. And staying here isn't an option. You have to get out. Escape the city any way you can. Get out now.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. And yes, I'm sure we're going to get a lot more cutscenes when the guy comes out, but this is a guide for the 2-hour demo. Of course, they're going to add a lot of things when the early access version comes out next year, but I still feel all of these tips will be very helpful. There are a few things that they might tweak because stealth is a little bit too easy in this game, and I feel there's a few things that are a bit unrealistic, but let's get to the 4 groups. The first group is Sebastian and Diane. I feel they are the 2 strongest people in the game for the demo purpose, because in the demo you can get a pistol with about 30 rounds, and it will help you to have a heck of a lot of fun at the police station, which is like the end game in the demo version with the most amount of zombies. So if you stand a chance of like clearing the police station or setting certain challenges for yourself, this is a good group to start with. For the plain and simple fact that Sebastian has got the gunsmith skill, which means ranged weapons are cheaper to repair, which is very, very important. You're going to use less resources to create a gun. So repair basically means for you to have a gun. It's going to cost you less resources. Then he's got the marksman skill, which deals more damage when using firearms. He can kill most zombies with 1 shot, which helps a lot, you know, using all 30 rounds effectively. The only negative thing he has is morale is restored slower than other survivors, but there's quite a lot of beer in the game, which you can use to keep him happy. There's other things like a resting area that you can use as well, which we're not really going to use in the demo. And then when it comes to Diane, she's untiring, loses rest slower than other survivors, which means you can send her on more missions. Very, very positive. Passively gains a small amount of morale every phase, so you don't have to waste beer on her or worry about her mental frame of mind. And then the only negative thing about her is that she's a poor craftsperson, which means barricading, to barricade repair is less effective. So you just don't want to barricade your base with her, which is fine because you are going to get other survivors. So I feel this is the best group out of the 4. Secondly, we've got Daryl and Leo. Daryl's got an iron stomach, can eat anything without getting an upset stomach, which is true and not true. Like, he can eat anything, but if you eat something that's not cooked or dog food or raw food twice, he is still going to get sick. So this isn't really an advantage because you can cook food very easily in the beginning of the game. Then he's got the Whittler skill. Melee weapons are cheaper to craft, which is a fantastic skill because you're going to, again, save a lot of resources on crafting melee weapons, which is quite important in the game if you're not using stealth all the time, which pairs very well with Leo, okay, because he does increased damage when using melee weapons. So those 2 work very, very well together. The only bad thing about him is that he can only cook slop, which doesn't really help your survivor's hunger, but you're not going to cook with him in any case. And then Leo is tough. He takes less damage, okay, when zombies hit him. He does more damage when he hits zombies. So very, very effective if you're going to do like in the beginning of the game where you've just got melee weapons. Very, very effective. And if you're not good with stealth, Leo is, this team is a really good team to start with. His negative thing is he loses more hunger each phase, which can become a problem at the end of the game, because it's not like he loses more hunger overall, he loses more hunger every phase, so it can build up on you and it can become negative to a point where he's so hungry he doesn't want to go out on a mission if you didn't have to feed him enough, okay? So this really stacks up and it is a negative. Then our third group is Hector and Kayla. I like this group because it's the only father and daughter group. Hector is a gearhead, gains an extra component resource for each dismantled item, which again you can do in an alternative playthrough, but it's not really effective in this, in using your days effectively. When I say days, the game starts at the 20th of April and in the morning, it ends on the 28th of April in the morning. So you've effectively only got 16 phases. What do I mean by a phase? Every day has got 2 cycles, a day cycle and a night cycle. So if you start on the 20th and you've only got till the 27th at night, because the game's going to end on the 28th in the morning, then you've physically got 16 cycles to do as much as you can and get to as many places as you can. And getting a bunch of components to dismantle isn't really effective in this demo version. His other strength is barricades are cheaper to repair. Okay, so he uses less wood when he barricades, but there are ways to save wood. Like this is only going to save you wood. There are other ways to save wood once you understand how many planks zombies break on a daily basis. And then Insomniac loses more rest each phase. So again, this guy's going to become a problem at endgame where you won't really be able to utilize him because he gets too tired. Which isn't a major problem because you'll have more survivors, but you won't be able to utilize him as much as you'd want, okay? Maybe he's too tired to dismantle. Maybe he's too tired to fortify, okay, if you're not giving him enough rest and you didn't build extra beds. Then Kayla is evasive, small chance of not taking damage in combat, which is nice, but it's a very, very small chance, so she's going to take full damage. And then Escape Artist, create more lockpicks when crafting at a workbench. Which is again nice. You don't craft a lot of lockpicks in the game, so that's not really effective. But the reason I don't like this group is because she's got lightweight. She can't take a lot of stuff. And because you've only got 16 phases and you can't afford to go back to any place more than once, you want to get as much resources to craft more workbenches to get to the gun, to get to endgame. So him losing too much sleep and she not being able to carry a lot makes this my least favorite team. I like them because they father and daughter, but effectively in this demo, they're the worst team. And then Daphne and Penny, very good versatile team. She can do first aid. Medical items are cheaper to craft. Not that you need to focus on this because with stealth and my guide, you probably won't get hit a lot or need this, because you do get a lot of medical items in the game. She's a good cook. Recipes generate more food at the cooking station, so she's one way for you to never worry about food. But again, because you've only got 16 phases and you can cook food, it's not really the end of the world. But if you don't want to, if you just want to chill, if you really want to chill gameplay, that's very good. Attack damage is reduced, so you'll have to play very, very stealthy with her. Then we've got Penny, which is a blade expert. Increased damage when using a bladed weapon. Again, it's only one kind of weapon. Okay, and bladed weapons tend to break quite easily, but it's still a good skill. And then makes less noise when scavenging. Maybe they might make this a good advantage in the future, but it's not really an advantage at the moment. It's more about the weapons that you use. Although when you attack with her, it seems that you make less noise, when you attack with her, but she says they say when scavenging. Again, but undead attacks may also add trauma state. So you're going to need a lot of things to get rid of this haunted effect that she gets by dealing with undead. So this is definitely the third best group for me, but if you focus on stealth, this is probably the best group, okay? So in my personal opinion, number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, okay? So we're gonna start with the best group, which is perfect for the guide, and we're gonna start the game. As you can see, we start the 20th during the day. They tell us the shelter won't do. The barricades are in bad shape and they're barely enough here to survive. We need to move to a new shelter as soon as possible and then find a way to escape the hellhole. Find a new shelter and move in. That's our objective. Here it goes. Phases. Okay, that's why I call it phases. Each day is split into 2 phases. Day 1, daytime and night. During a phase, you can assign survivors to stations to craft, resolve their needs, or scavenge. Confirm actions to end the phase and put the survivors to work. And then you've got a map, which is your main station to go on missions. The map station is where you assign survivors to scavenge nearby locations for resources. Scavenging begins when the current phase has ended. Okay? Now, you've only got 1 plank here. Okay? But the thing is, when you come back, the plank will disappear, but then on your next mission, you can move into a new base, okay? Now, it just says the undead hurdle themselves against the barricades. You managed to hold them back this time, okay? So when we go over here, you can switch your survivors by 1 and 2, okay? You can see we're in daytime. So if you go to Sebastian and you go to the fortification, you'll see that there's a plank there, okay? But you don't need to use the plank. It will save you 2 planks, which is quite important in the future. So what I'd rather want to do is, because she doesn't have a lot of sleep, I'm rather going to sleep with her. Okay, so we go on the bed, we click there, we press, we just press left mouse button or escape to confirm the action. And then we go with him and we go on the first mission because he's super energized at the moment. And then we're going to go to our first mission, which is like a tutorial mission. So then we go there, we press E to prepare for it, press E on the lockpick, and then, very important, press R, confirm that action, and then hold R to finish finish everything for the day. Be careful, losing a survivor is gone for good. Again, in the demo phase, guys, you don't really want to lose a survivor. It just wastes too much time. Losing a survivor means that you have to go back there to clear the area properly. Let's say someone died in a phase or in a mission. That means you haven't collected all the loot at that place. And you need to collect all the loot at that place to get to end game or to follow this guide. Okay, so please, if you lose a survivor, just start the game over. Okay, daytime, 38 Irving Street. So you can walk if there's no zombies close to you. Okay, and the world reacts differently. If you sneak, then nothing's gonna fly away. If you walk, things are gonna fly away. Crouching is a very, very good idea for stealth. And then I just want to make sure my graphics are on maximum quality. There we go. Okay, to give you guys the nicest picture. I was just testing different qualities to see if it really helps with FPS. Every time you see a magnifying glass, it's a place to loot. So you're going to hold in E to loot it. And then you can just press Q to take all. Okay, this is just a tutorial mission. Now, the first thing that you interact with in this game is a door. And a door is very, very important because open doors helps you and closed doors helps you when it comes to zombies. The first way a door helps you is that you can just walk into it and peek to see what is in this room and try and see if the other door on the other side is open because a zombie might come from outside of the screen, okay? As soon as you see a zombie coming from outside of the screen and you think it's going to detect you, get out of the screen to let the aggro of the zombie go. But this can also be very, very effective if you have struggled in a certain mission and there were too many zombies or you didn't know how to deal with the zombies, then you keep the doors open. So there's, again, doors have 2 functions. You can keep them open to let zombies pass through and like block them in a certain area, because a zombie will only walk until something stops him from walking. So let's say there's a zombie in the other room. If I close this door, the zombie can just walk between the two rooms. If I open this door and I can hide somewhere, the zombie will walk past me and I can close the door and the zombie will never re-enter the house because he'll walk into the door, okay? And I'll show you guys how open doors help right now. The second thing is you get sleeping zombies, okay, that isn't directly in front of you. That doesn't mean they are not a danger. As soon as you make noise, they will wake up and they will be like the other zombies that's usually in your way, and they'll want to kill you. So the more sleeping zombies you see, the more careful you have to be. Okay, so we're going to open this door. Keep on sneaking. If you walk, you're going to wake her up and you'll have to deal with her. Okay? Then again, we're going to sneak. We're going to see if not anything is in there. No, we're going to open the door. And now we're just going to loot quickly here. Make sure you grab everything except if you take over a base, which I will explain to you in the next episode. So this, I'm going to teach you how an open door can help. Okay, so now everything's open. Now you can go up here, but the first thing you see is there's a zombie there. Okay, you don't have a weapon. You can get a weapon up there, but let's say you want to save your weapons. That's one thing that not having to face a zombie is good for. You're letting your limited weapons that you're going to find last longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk into an area. Okay, so we're just going to run quickly. Okay, she's out of the screen. Now, we're just going to get out of her vision.
Hello.
And wait for her to calm down.
Is anyone still out there? My partner and I, we're stuck here in the police station downtown on the top floor. We've been here for, feels like forever. If you're out there, you gotta come get us, please. We've been rationing what food and water we have left, but it ain't gonna last.
And now you don't have to worry about her anymore because she's just going to walk into that door. Okay? So now you can loot the rest of the stuff here. And there you get scissors, so you can use the scissors on the next mission. And when you see binoculars, it's very, very important. You cannot miss binoculars, because without binoculars, you can't explore other areas. So please don't miss the binoculars, okay? So it's teaching you can climb down, because, again, it's not showing you that you can climb up here. Okay, guys? There's no icon that you can climb up the ladder. So what you want to be doing while you're playing is pressing down to see if you can go down somewhere if you think it's possible, and pressing W whenever you think you can go up somewhere. Okay, W or spacebar. So we lock that zombie inside the house. We don't have to use the scissors on them. Okay. And all you do is, if the zombie was here and you wanted to kill her, you just walk up behind her with the scissors. While you're sneaking, you press E and you'll kill her. But we saved that now. And now we're using the lockpick that they gave us, and they're giving us weapons, wood, and metal. Metal is a very important crafting material, useful for crafting. Wood is a very important crafting material. Wire, electricals is a very important crafting material if you want to get to the gun. And then they're giving us a very good weapon because it doesn't make a lot of noise, but it's very durable, where the scissors isn't very durable. So what they're teaching you right from the start is lockpicks are really, really important, okay? So now we're going to go and just exit this area. And that is how you use open doors. to shut zombies off in an area that you want to shut them off, or just get them out of your zone. And in the second mission, I'm going to show you guys how you can use closed doors to your advantage. So now we're in nighttime. Okay. It says there that plan got broken. But we're fine. And now we're just going to go to her. She's now fully healed. And we can give her something to eat just to super boost her. But first we want to see, we can super boost her and eat the junk food that we got. Just press E. And now we want him to sleep. Okay? Because we want to keep everything as effective as we can. So now we're going to sleep with him. We're going to take her. And we're going to take her on the next mission. And there we go. There's a green circle, which means you can take over this place. Okay? It's a potential shelter with low zombie density. And it's got a workbench, barricades, and one bed. Okay? So when you do a mission where you're going to take it over, you don't have to loot anything. The only reason you will loot is to look for a weapon to kill all the zombies in the place that you want to take over, because that's the mission. To take over this base, you need to kill all the zombies. That's it. You don't have to take all the loot. Whether they will change that next year in the early access, I don't know. But for now, as soon as you take over the base, you'll get all the loot that was there. Okay, so you don't have to loot anything. But you can look for weapons to make it easier to clear the place. So you can still search, but you don't have to take anything unless it's a weapon, or unless it's food, or unless it's something that you can immediately use. Okay, so we're going to click there. Now we've got 2 weapons that we can use, and that's all we want. If we want to clear a base, we just want weapons. Now we're going to hold in R. And now I'm going to show you guys the second way to use a door. Okay? Open doors has a function. Closing doors has a function as well. So we're going to peek. We hear a zombie. Okay? So remember, move slowly, because if a zombie comes into your area, you have to turn around fast. You know, don't just go walking forward blindly. As soon as you see a zombie, you have to, you see when I'm looking this way, look how the screen turns when I look this way. Look how the screen turns when I turn back. So as soon as you see a zombie, you must turn around immediately to get him out of the screen, and then move out of the screen to hide or close a door or whatever the case would be. But turning around is your first important action, just to move the screen to that side faster. So yeah, we're going to do a stealth kill. Okay, we're going to kill her. We have to kill all the zombies, guys. We don't have a choice. Okay, and now when it comes to stairs, just make sure you just be careful. Don't go up to the edge of the stairs. You are not in the zombies lane, but if you go too much, I'm rather going to tell you guys to stay out of the screen, to stay out of the top screen, because fine-tuning it that that you're close enough where the zombie isn't going to see you is way too dangerous. Okay, so we're going to wait for the zombie to turn around, and then we're going to walk up, turn around, and kill it. Okay, now there we broke you can just double click on the next weapon to equip it. We broke the weapon that will break the easiest in any case. Okay, now we're looking through here. Open the door. And again, it's your choice. Do you want to use the open door function or the closed door function? That you will only learn with experience because of the mission itself. So it says use the torch. You can look up and down with the torch to look for secrets and stuff. And then we're looting. And again, there's no weapon, so we're not going to loot there. We're not going to take it. And this is where you learn about closing doors. So when you come down here to the bottom, a zombie is looking at you. There's no way to not deal with a zombie, okay? But there is a way to save your weapon, because what you can do, okay, we're just going to go into this room. Again, peek the room. Just a fan in here. See if there's a weapon here. There's no weapon there. Remember, there's a weapon part. Just remember the broken weapon part, guys. I'll show you the broken weapon part when we get to the base. Okay? So there's a zombie in the bottom room. There's no way to get behind him. So this is where the game is teaching you something. So as soon as this door is open. As soon as I walk into the hallway, he's going to see me. And then I can kill him. I can kill him. I can basically hit him twice, run away, let him come to me, hit him twice again, you know, run away, let him come to me, hit him twice without him touching me. Or I can just get into melee range and kill him by hitting him 3 times, then he's going to hit me, and then I hit him 3 times, then he's going to hit me, or I'm going to push him away. But when you don't stealth kill a zombie, you are breaking the weapon way faster. So you're losing weapons at a very high rate. And weapons are quite important to make your gameplay easier. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come down and then we're going to close the door. I don't know how realistic this is, but because the zombie is awake, I don't really like this. I almost see this as an exploit. But, you know, after 34 hours of play, I try to figure out how to help you guys deal with this guy is the easiest. And basically closing the door is the easiest way to deal with it. Okay? So again, you can walk down, stand up, kill him. What we're going to do is we're going to walk down and close the door. Okay? The problem is he's still asleep. Okay? So how do we solve that problem? By walking. Getting his attention. Now we can try and kill him now, or we can wait for him to calm down. Because as soon as he calms down, he's going to walk slower. Okay, so now he's walking slower. As soon as he turns around, we open the door. Okay, and that is how you use closed doors. Break vision from them, you know, walk to get their attention, let them start walking, and then you can abuse that. Now there's a pan, we can take the pan if we want to because that's a weapon. But again, you know, I could have, if I didn't want to fight him, guys, literally if I didn't want to fight him, again, if I like, you know, I don't want to break this weapon, okay? Then you walk, that he walks up and down, okay? Open this door, okay? We can just check for a weapon there. No? You can open this door. Open this. Open that. Okay, let's say you don't have to kill all the zombies. You can open all the doors, okay? Let him walk up and down. When he walks away, go up the stairs, you know, open the door, let him walk out of the house, and you don't have to kill him. Okay, but we cleared all the zombies, so now we're just going to exit. First, see if there's a zombie outside. No, there isn't. Open the door, always... You know, always W, always press W and up. You know, you never know. There's no way we can go down. So we want to press W and up to see if there's any way to go up. No, there isn't. So now we're back at the base. And the tutorial doesn't let you get hurt. Okay? That's how you save the 2 wood. Your beginning base, which is like a tutorial base, doesn't let the zombies attack the house 2 days in a row. So now you don't want to do anything. You just want to go to the map, click there, R to move, and then move. Okay, now we are at our new base stations, building stations. The workbench crafts essential items and can build new stations that expand your shelter's capabilities. Stations are the key to long-term survival and come with you when you move to your shelter. Now they come with you, and what is that? What is that? We didn't have sugar, you know? We didn't have the broken pistol, so we took all the loot. Remember the wooden box that we could have looted? We took all the loot that was here. We didn't have to loot the place, okay? We've got 2 healing kits, we've got a bandage, we've got 2 beers. Now, you will get more survivors. And the thing is, you want to keep all the survivors busy. But you can't always keep them busy if you don't have enough stations. So that's a priority for me, is crafting more stations to get more survivors, to give them something to do. Because only one person can go out on a mission. So what are you doing with all the other guys? Okay, you're just wasting time with them because you've only got 16 phases. So you want to use those phases as effectively as possible. So gaining as many survivors as possible, as early as possible, is very, 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 very good. Okay, so I want to see who's in the best condition here. She's in the best condition with sleep and mental frame of mind. So, yeah, I'd maybe see I'd maybe see what the barricades look like. Although I don't really want to use the planks now, but I'll rather use these 2 planks now. Okay, the barricades still look good. And again, look there, she's just adding 2 planks. You never want to barricade with her. So you want to barricade with him because he adds 3 planks. Okay, very, very important. He adds 3 planks. So we're going to add the 3 planks now by pressing E. Okay, add to the queue. It's going to take an entire day. You want to take an entire day. If there's any gaps left, fill it. Otherwise, you didn't use the day properly. But before I do that, I'm going to remove that and see if there's anything I can do at the crafting bench, which is more important than boarding up something that I don't need to board up right now. Using planks to board up the base when it's okay for now might cost you being able to craft something now, because that 2 wood might affect your gameplay. So what we're going to do is we're going to see what we can build. We can't build the beds. We can build the resting place, but that's going to take wood. We don't want to use wood because the weapon bench, the crafting, the workbench takes wood. And you need the workbench to get bolt cutters, because bolt cutters are going to be very important in this playthrough, okay? So we don't want to waste logs. Logs are very, very precious, okay? So we're going to keep this and then look at what we're wasting if we craft the cooking station. Now, the cooking station is important because there is a lot of place to find food, but because you're focusing on base building materials, you don't want to pick up food. You don't want to pick up food. You don't want to pick up medical equipment. You want to pick up building, crafting resources to progress as fast as possible, to use the 16 phases, as effectively as possible. So we're going to use 3 screws and we're going to use 5 metal. Okay, so the screws won't really affect the workbench, but the metal is definitely going to affect the weapons bench. Okay, so it's your choice what you want to do here. I feel this is quite important to be able to feed your entire team. but you can rush if you want to level this up to the max, where they say you can actually build automatic rifles. Then you're going to be rushing this. But we're going to be basically doing this in order, okay? Because to build the second workbench, to build the second weapon bench, you're going to need this bench for the bolt cutters, and you're going to need this one to get to the next level, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do the cooking bench, because feeding your character is important. And here it comes. We've got 2 slots open. So if we just do the cooking area and nothing else, we're wasting 2 out of the 5 slots that this guy can do. And the woman is going to be away the entire day. So he's basically going to be doing nothing. He's wasting those 2 blocks. What can we craft? Lockpicks, which the game already told us is very, very important. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Then we're going to go to her, and we're going to go on our next mission. Now, a lot of people skip this place because they look at the new places and they're like, let's go. But to craft your crafting benches in order, or the way I'm doing it, to get to the police station and to try and kill everything at the police station, and to get to the weapons, okay, because I'm not doing a stealth run. I actually want to try and kill as many zombies at the police station as I can and have as much fun as I can. Yes, I can play stealthily, but that's quite boring. They always miss the place where they came from. Okay, they always miss the place that they came from. So we're going to go back there quickly. We're going to... I don't think there's a lot of loot there. So we're going to take the axe. Just make sure we're safe. And here we go. Moving into a new shelter gives you the items that were left behind when scavenging that location. Moving into a new shelter gives you the items that were left behind when you scavenged that location. Exactly what I told you guys. Okay, so here we are at our starting location. And it's different. Now, why come back here? I'll show you guys now. You can't go through that door because it's blocked with a chair. So here's our first introduction to pressing W. And there's a sleeping puppet or sleeping zombie. We want to now pressing W here is not going to work. So W is just when you want to climb on something. Space bar is to vault. So we're going to vault, get back to crouching, and then kill her with the hatchet. Okay, loot here. Look at the resources. We already got more wood. Okay. Now here's a hiding spot. So you can trap this woman in this room if you want to. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to trap this woman in this room. Let's just think about that. She's going to walk. We're going to hide here. She's going to walk past us, and then we're going to close the door. Yeah, I feel we can do it. Okay? Let's take a chance. You can also just walk down the stairs, but we need to get to that room. We're going to open the door. Use the hiding spot. That did not work. Okay. The music told us that wasn't going to work. Okay. And the reason for that is only our left side was covered, not our right side. Okay. So that's also something to focus on. Is my right side covered or not? And again, once I heard the sound, I could have just quickly closed the door. She's only going to aggro when the sound is at its highest. So when I saw I made a mistake, I can always just close the door or jump through the window and hide and wait for her to calm down and start everything over again. Okay, that could have been an option as well. But it's fine. That's how we learn. So we're going to go through here. Make sure nothing is here. Loot this. More crafting material. Now we're going to go down. And like I say, we could have skipped her by just going down the stairs. If we went down the stairs, we would have skipped her. But that means that we're skipping the room. But again, what is the better option there? We open this door and we open this door. And then when she turns around, we go down the stairs. Okay. Then when she walks by, we come up the stairs and we close the door. Okay. Much better option. Much better option. Much safer option. Then you don't have to worry about which side of you or which side of yours is exposed and which side is not exposed. Okay. So it's good that I'm making mistakes here and there so that we are learning from it. All of these guys are sleeping. So planks, we're getting planks, which is of wood, which is very, very important. No one in here. Use the torch just to make sure. Loot this. We're getting food. This, take this chair away. There's nothing under the porch. We don't have to worry about this. There's one more spot that we can loot here, which gives us more water, which is good. Okay. And wood, which is important. And then the car is quite important. Because the car is giving us more wood, okay, but it's giving us another weapon, which is very important. Now, again, medical stuff is not going to be important, so we're going to leave the medical stuff behind and take the water. This is used for crafting. This is cloth. This gives us cloth at the dismantling bench. We'd rather just take the cloth, okay? And then we go. So we crafted the cooking bench and 2 lockpicks. We got 5 wood, 6 tape, 7 water, 2 food, a baseball bat, and 6 cloth. Okay, the 5 wood was quite important because you're gonna use wood to barricade. Now we see she's hungry, okay, which is important. So we want to see who's the most awake out of the 2 of them. He's definitely gonna go on the next mission, okay. So we're gonna take her to cook food. And then maybe she can sleep next time. Okay? She's going to see if she can craft something. That's what I always look at first, is the crafting bench. Can't craft the weapon bench because we use the metal. But we're getting closer to the workbench, which we need for the bolt cutters. And our lockpicks are fine for now. You always want to check how many lockpicks you've got left. And as soon as you've got 1 lockpick left, you need to start making plans to take another lockpick with you, or to at least craft a lockpick before, okay, you go to the next one. Now, there is a place that you need to lockpick at the church, okay, which we're going to do on one of the missions. But when we go to the church, we are not going to take a lockpick with us because there's another way to get into that room without using a lockpick, which you also learn over time, okay? But our weapons are looking good, even though we made a mistake. You know, we hurt the weapon quite badly with making the mistake that we did. But now she can cook. So we're just going to cook vegetables and one meat. Actually, we can just craft vegetables. Okay, we can go back in there and just craft vegetables. And then next time we can give them some meat. Yeah, next time we can give them some meat. Fill up that. So she's going to cook a lot of food. And then he's not too tired, so he can go on another mission. And now we have covered our starting area and we went back to our starting area. Looted, looted, looted. Now, you can get another survivor year. When you're playing with Leo and Daryl, where Daryl is the bad cook, I suggest you go to the church first. Because we're not going to have a cooking problem, we're going to go to the hardware store first, okay? Because we need to use as many turns as possible to come to the ambulance at the south of the map. Because whenever you take a base over, it just shows you the places in your area and which you discovered by looking at the binoculars at the top of places, okay? But we are aiming to go south. But we need as many resources as possible because we need to craft the bolt cutters before we go into the fire station, because we don't want to go into the fire station more than once. And you guys will understand what I'm saying, okay, once we get there. But that's for the next part, guys. So if you enjoyed part 1, do me a favor and click that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to see the rest of this guide for Into the Dead, which I'm extremely excited for, click the subscribe button and then just click the bell button to be notified of all future videos. And I'll see you guys next time where we loot Griffith & Sons hardware. Have a great day.